able to be with us. I'll admit it's my fault that you've all come all the way to far north Queensland. We never intended to stay in Tully for as long as we have, but I don't think that we'll be leaving anytime soon. Thank you also for coming on such short notice. As we all know, that's Max's fault. In the best possible way. We are all here today, 11 months earlier than planned, so I'd like to congratulate Max for giving us a reason to plan 2 parties instead of 1. For a quick fire of thank yous, I'd like to say thank you to Madeline and Mission Beach Resort, who helped us through the date change and fitting us in to make this all go ahead. To our photographer and florist for answering my desperate request to book on not much notice, and for Nuna, who put together a beautiful service for us today. And you guided us through the unknowns of weddings. As most people around this table know, I'm not usually short for words. I'm never one to copy others or use ChatGPT or AI for my writing, but for today, when doing all of my research about the right things to say in our speech, there was one man who had previously summed it up perfectly. That man is the one who I go to when I'm lost for words and don't know what to write. So in the words of my dad, from his own wedding speech when he married my mum, I'd like to thank my parents, all 4 of them. There's always been 2, and then 2 more people, who have always held a special place for me. They've always been there when I've needed them, always supported me. And without them, I certainly don't think that I could achieve half of what I've achieved. They're always there to listen, to love, to support, and to cherish. And they never criticised, though in my case, Mum's face sometimes gave it away. When my parents got married, I was due to be born a few months later. Dad, you said in your speech that if you became half as good as parent as Nanny and Grandad, then it would be worth it. And I hope that it has been for all of my parents. Because I'd like to confirm that you have been as good as parents as they were grandparents to me. Gary and Sue, you came into my life when you had children of your own, already grown up. You had done the kid thing already. Not only did you care for me, you also had to watch another one fly the nest. Though this time to the other side of the world. So, you continue to support me and to my mum and dad over the years, and that's something that I'll be forever grateful for. Mum, not only have you watched me, your only child, fly to the other side of the world, as you're reminded by so many of Christmas, you have helped me in every step of the way. When I began creating a life of my own, from helping me move into a share house at 18, where live wires were coming out of the walls, to bringing me to Australia, pieces of my life which I'd left behind, because I promised that I wouldn't stay here forever. So you filled your attic with all of my stuff. I cannot thank you all enough for the support that you have given me and Max, and for telling me to stay in Australia, even when times got tough, because without that, we wouldn't all be here today. So if you could all raise your glasses in a toast to those who cared for us when they didn't have to, and those support us in all of our decisions.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Just one final thing. When we get to the end of the night tonight, just go. We'll see you all tomorrow, so we don't need to be not dancing. And then we'll see you all tomorrow.
We're taking that advice.
Thank you. That's calm down. We'll go on to the next one.
Let him catch his breath.
Yeah. So that was unexpected. So I have a few words
Beautiful.
which I hope will resonate through for the afternoon.
Just go to clip.
Oh.
There we go. So good afternoon, everyone. Whether you've come from near or far, I want to thank you all for being here today to celebrate Amy and Max's wedding. Jane and I welcomed Amy into the world at 2:36 on Thursday, the 27th of November 1997, weighing in at £6 7 ounces. 27 seems to be a recurring theme. You'll see one of the photo displays, which actually shows my parents got married on the 27th of September, except in 1954. Amy's been blessed with many family influences, multiple sets of grandparents, great-grandparents, the unforgettable Grandma Great, and I know Amy is delighted that Grandad Rob is here today. Those influences, I can only thank you for helping shape her, or depending on what mood she's in, apologise for it. In later years, Gary and Sue became and remained strong influences in her life. After school in Wakefield, college in Leeds, Amy then dragged me and her mum around countless bloody universities while considering her future education and studies. As I sat having dinner with her one evening with my dad, which was a regular thing, I asked her outright if she actually wanted to go to university. She replied no, she didn't, to which there was a huge sigh of relief around the table. In which case I asked her, what do you want to do? And the immortal words, go to Australia, was her reply. She embarked, single-handed, on her first trip down under. Something of a surprise to all of us, but something we wholeheartedly supported in her doing. She came, she saw, and she went to work. Having come out in 2018 with a brief spell back home in 2019, the pandemic then kept us all apart for nearly 2 years. Not afraid of hard work, she turned her hand to many different roles, and now finds herself firmly entrenched and here to stay. I'm so sorry about that, you're stuck with her now. Good luck. She is definitely acclimatised. During a recent call, she was complaining it was only 20 degrees. She was wrapped up like an Eskimo, where we'd actually spent the day in shorts and t-shirts because it had actually reached 20 degrees. Caring, loving, fiercely loyal, not afraid to speak her mind or hold an opinion. And yeah, I'm sorry about that as well. She is a daughter I am incredibly proud of. We are proud of. We're proud of everything she has achieved, what she has become, and how she has built a new life for herself here, and now found the man she wanted to marry and share with as they move together into the next chapter of their lives. Max, welcome to the family. Sorry. As multi-layered and as diverse as it is, you've not been without your challenges in your life, but from life's challenges we quite often find something to excel at. In your case, not only do you have the challenge of being married to Amy now, but your running has been of great solace to you. I have great admiration for your dedication to the races you've run, none more so than when you visited England for the first time last year. Watching this guy run through the Beast of Brecon in Wales, I was amazed at how anyone runs in freezing cold rain that was coming in sideways and he could barely stand up at most points over the tops. I was exhausted and I was only sitting in the car watching him do it on the app. Your recent 100k race, however, was truly an incredible feat of achievement, and partly the reason why we're all here today, because you'll be back over next year. The commitment and the devotion you've shown to Amy gives us all assurance that you and she have made the right choice. The two of you display a great sense of mutual admiration, deep respect, trust and awareness of each other's needs. Now, I promise not to go on too long, and I promise not to embarrass her, so we left all the other photos at home. Sorry about that. But there are a couple of quotes I'd like to leave you with today. No, I promise. The first is a short one, and it's titled, To My Children. Just because I give you advice doesn't mean I'm smarter than you. It means I've made more mistakes. I failed first, so you don't have to. And the second, a slightly longer one. Our daughter isn't a reflection of us. She's the evolution. She's stronger, braver, and more unapologetically herself than we ever knew how to be. She asks the questions we were too afraid to voice. She speaks the truths we once kept buried. She walks with a fire we had to fight to find. She is not our shadow, she is our legacy. She carries our love, not our fears. And watching her rise into who she's meant to be is the honour of our lives. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please be upstanding and raise a glass to Amy and Max?
Amy Max.
Thank you. Please. Now, I believe Jack has a few words.
Emotional, that one.
For which I am absolutely not responsible.
Don't make us cry, please.
All my own term.
Hey Siri,
Put it on a new toy.
Whacked up.
That tie was excellently tied.
Always have help. Nothing's changed.
Just talk amongst yourselves.
It might take a third person.
Just want to thank you all for coming today. Some of you have travelled across the country or globe. Hope you have settled well into far north Queensland. Unfortunately, not all of us can be here today, especially those up above. I know our dear mother would be proud of both of you today. Okay. Most people can't say that they have a funny, loyal, caring, intelligent, and terribly good-looking brother. But my gosh, Max can. Hi everybody. I'm Jack, also known as you can buy me a drink later. And formerly known as Max's better half. Growing up, Max and I used to bash the shit out of each other. Bricks thrown at each other's heads, bottles also thrown off a tree, running straight into each other, trying to knock each other out. You name it, we did it. I'm surprised we're still alive, actually. Unfortunately, Amy has put an end to all the fun, so it's all in the past now, mate. But I could not ask for a better brother. Growing up, Max and I were all we had. I'm proud of the man you have become today. I've seen Max at his worst, and I've also seen Max at his best. Every high, every low. A little bit drunk. And every high, every low, I've been with him the whole time. It's awesome to see him excel in his running. It's inspired myself to do a lot better, and I'm sure it's inspired many others also. You could say it runs in the family, but the only running I do is running my mouth. And to the bride, Amy, we first met in a shitty small country town called Childers. We can all agree on that. Now, Amy and I have not always seen eye to eye. It was a bit of a tough relationship, but I don't see the point in holding grudges. I think maybe I didn't like her at the start because she tried ruining all the fun. But she's grown into an amazing woman, and I'm glad Max has chosen you. He's had a few shocking picks in the past. Now I'm your brother-in-law, now you're stuck dealing with me as well. Now together you're a great team. You help Max do all the organising, and all he has to do is run. No wonder he's done so well with it all. Also, you have helped me in many ways, and I'm glad for the ongoing support. My wish for you is a lifetime of happiness, adventures, and hopefully no constant arguments. Can't wait to see your future kids who enjoy drinking tea and playing rugby. Let's all rate a toast. Can't wait to get this party started. And happily ever after to the newlyweds, Max McDonald and Amy McDonald.
Cup of tea, yeah.